Raiders in a move that would reunite him with his college quarterback, Theyre. Our own Rob Demovsky reported the Packers were willing to pay Adams equally to what the Raiders were with his new deal, but Adams preferred to play elsewhere, also adding that Aaron Rodgers was aware of the developments as they unfolded. Now, this goodbye statement from Adams that's raising some eyebrows here. To the city of Green Bay and its fans, putting on the green and gold jersey and competing for you has been one of the greatest honors of my life. From day one, you welcomed a kid from the Bay with open arms and made me and my family feel at home there. I can never repay you for your gratitude, but just know that this city will forever hold a special place in my heart. Marcus Spears, Tim Hasselbeck back here with us. But with this one, I'm going to start with you, Stephen A.
Yeah.
No mention of that bad man in the goodbye. You think that was intentional?
I do. Me personally, how could you be gone and not mention Aaron Rodgers, considering how close they supposedly were? Now, listen, here's my thing, Tim. The only thing I've ever held against Aaron Rodgers was lying about being, immunized, and, he's immunized. But and I don't even care whether he was or not. I'm just saying lying about it. Yeah. I didn't like that, okay? Outside of that, the only thing I've ever held against him in his career was that damn performance against San Francisco in the divisional playoff game. I know they're a good team. I know it was inclement weather, but it's your weather. It's your home field. It's your turf. You had a bye week. And damn it, it wasn't like they beat you 30-28. You scored 10 points. I mean, come on. So I had a problem with that. Having said all of that, we know Aaron Rodgers is spectacular. He deserved his money. But last time I checked, the National Football League has a hard cap. And so if you're a player, you have every right to go after all the money you can get. And I would never, ever, ever say otherwise, Tim Swagoo. I would never do that. My issue is that you made a lot of noise. And it wasn't just about your money. It was about the culture. It was about management, listening to you. It was about the personnel you had around you. So if you're a quarterback, but you don't save enough money because that forces them to lose their tight end, their safety or their cornerback or something like that, that's different. But when you're the quarterback, and the person that ends up out the door is the number one receiver, not just your number one receiver, but the number one receiver in the entire NFL. I got an issue with that. Now, they say Green Bay was ready to match the offer that he got from the Raiders. Well, my attitude is if he departed because he was probably frustrated with all the things that led up to it, and how long it took them to ultimately make him that offer. Either way you slice it, Aaron Rodgers' hands aren't totally clean. I'm not saying he's the number one culprit, but they ain't totally clean. And I think Davante Adams not saying anything about Aaron Rodgers gives that indication, in my personal opinion. I don't know. I ain't in Lambeau Field. I don't have no desire to be in Wisconsin. I don't know. It's just what I thought.
I think that he thanked his teammates, okay?
Okay.
And I don't think that Aaron Rodgers needs to be singled out. Like, he's got his cell phone number. He's probably going to see him in person, He can say, hey, loved it, thank you. There's also an element for a receiver that's going to go play with another quarterback. A quarterback, by the way, who he probably thought the world of when he played with him in college. And so, heaping on all kinds of love about 12, you're the best, and you made these memories in Green Bay so great. To me, that's overkill. Doesn't need to be done publicly because, honestly, it doesn't make Derek Carr necessarily feel great about the situation. And I think that Davante Adams, is probably somewhat aware of that, okay? And I would say this. I think we're assuming because these guys aren't playing together that they're somehow, that's a bad thing for these guys. And I would disagree with that. Davante Adams is 29 years old. Okay? They put the franchise tag on him. He does not want to become a free agent at 30 years old. He would rather get a long-term deal now than play under the franchise tag.
We understand that, but when you make that statement, Tim, nobody's thinking about that last part. We get that part financially. He want a long-term agent, a long-term contract. But what you were saying was Aaron Rodgers not having Davante Adams is not that bad of a thing?
No, it's from a football perspective, he's losing to Aaron, in Aaron's words, the best player he's ever played with.
Okay.
Okay? So, yes, that's significant. But I think that the thing that players want more than being teammates with one another is that guys getting paid.
I agree with that. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Guess how? In 8 seasons, Davante Adams has made $61 million playing for the Green Bay Packers. He just got 65 guaranteed from the Raiders. This is 2 friends winning the lottery.
There you go. Okay.
So
Yeah, can I just add one thing before, because I'm with you, I follow you, I want to get Swag going. But after his Punch of Karma cleanse, Aaron Rodgers did single out and thank Davante Adams. I just wanted to put that out there. When he was feeling grateful,
It was a
he
cleanse,
did.
though. He don't
He
felt horrible.
mentioned Davante Adams after he cleansed in every way possible. We don't need the visual. Just bring some levity to it. Marcus?
I am open to Davante Adams proving me wrong, but I think you have to have a conscious effort not to mention Aaron Rodgers. And yes, he should have singled him out. They are historical. They have been one of the most prolific tandems in the history of the NFL. He is not just another teammate. And I get it. Like, I understand him going play with Derek Carr. Tim and I talked about this morning. Go and play with Derek Carr, going to the West Coast, more appealing to being in Green Bay. Me and Stephen A. talked about it. The West Coast is a great place to go if you want to, like, end things out and have an opportunity off the field and live that type of lifestyle. But, y'all, we going to really sit here and are we going to really have a conversation that Davante Adams shouldn't have gave a special shout-out to Aaron Rodgers? Are you kidding me? I look at it more than just, oh, I forgot to put Aaron Rodgers in my final farewell. I remember him catching Aaron Rodgers' 400 touchdown pass or something like that, and those guys embracing and hugging. And I remember going over this for the past 2 years, thinking that my mindset was that Aaron Rodgers was communicating all of these things to Davante Adams because of the relationship that they had, because of what was going on with Aaron Rodgers. Davante Adams has a healthy amount of respect for Aaron Rodgers. That's not what I'm trying to get across. But I believe there is some love lost because of all the unknowns that Aaron Rodgers created with that organization and franchise, that if it was a decision for Davante Adams to come back, how could he bet on having Aaron Rodgers on that roster?
I think when we see him not single him out, we say, oh, is he angry with him that he's no longer in Green Bay because Aaron's timeline, Aaron wanted, more money, all of that stuff. I think that most players kind of were on Aaron Rodgers' side with how the situation there was handled with the drafting of Jordan Love and all of that. And so I think Aaron had a lot of support, not just in the locker room, but probably league-wide. So I don't think there's an issue there. And I would just say this. I hear people all the time say, hey, you're a quarterback, you've made a bunch of money, like, hey, do the right thing so you can go sign everyone else. That's not your job. Like, your job is to go, like Aaron Rodgers done, go throw 135 touchdowns in 15 picks over 4 years.
No.
It's your team's job to sign good players, beat the market.
Tim, you're right. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but here's where I'm going to challenge you. You cover the league too well to not know where I'm going. Aaron Rodgers is different. And the reason he's different is because of the specific complaint he made against Green Bay last year before he showed up to training camp. You're absolutely right.
His complaint in which way?
No, when he was talking about Gutekunst.
Yeah.
He was talking about the not being a part of the decision-making process. He was talking about the personnel that he wished he had around him. Mm-hmm. He wasn't talking about just himself. He wasn't talking about just money. He was talking about an absence of respect that was accorded to him. And so when he brought those things up, we knew the part about his money's a given. Mm-hmm. The flip side to it is that you got to make sure it wasn't just to have good players or even great players around him. It was to have the guys he wanted.
Yeah, and sometimes that's a guy that's not making any money who's like, hey, I think he's better than that guy.
Okay, I'm just saying that's what he said. So when we look at Adams, because he's the best in the game and how glowingly you spoke of him, the last thing any of us anticipated is that was the one commodity that you would end up being without.
And was it not reported that they were willing to match?
Yes.
Was it not reported that they were willing to match?
It was reported.
Yeah, I had that in the setup. All right, we got to go. Hey, Marcus, great to see you. Great to have you in person. It's been a while.